Some months back we went to Crick Boat Show, and if you watched our video you would have seen us looking at a plastic narrowboat. Well, it sort of got us thinking with our recent launch of Canal Boaters for Change of the sort of practicalities of actually building canal boats in plastic. So we wanted to find out more, and we have been having extensive chats with Sean, the man behind it all. So when we came away from Crick, it sort of left us with quite a few questions in terms of the plastic boat. So we did chat to the guy there for a short amount of time, but you know, as it is, you come away and there's always more questions. So Sean works for a company called Formation Plastics that's been going for 30 years, and they literally build everything and anything out of plastic.
Yeah, it's mainly like, well, I don't know mainly, but it's big containers, isn't it? Acid containers and all sorts of tanks and...
Yeah, so you name it, basically they build it. But Sean himself had a bit of a passion for, or has a bit of a passion for boating, and it was really sort of his idea to bring a canal boat onto the market built out of plastic.
Into like, that's where he loves the canal boats. And he went for it.
Yeah.
My aims, and since I've been really focused on this, my aim's always been, let's help the canal industry, let's bring more money into it, and let's keep this industry going for the next generations and the next generation, because it's something so historic that I think that we should be proud of as well.
When we were at Crick, sorry about the geese, they're being really noisy. When we were at Crick, I thought it was an absolutely fabulous idea.
You were for it, weren't you?
I was really
were like,
for it.
yeah,
I was like, well, you know, you don't need to black it. It's just wiped clean. You know, what's not to sort of love about it? I thought it was innovative, and I thought it was the way forward. However,
I didn't like
Richard
it.
Didn't really
I was like,
it.
it's plastic. No, not the material. I was just not confident in the plastic, wasn't it? It was like, I just like, no. But that's an honest opinion. I was like, I wouldn't have one.
No.
That was at Crick.
Yeah. However, since talking to him and actually sort of doing a deep dive into how it's produced, the manufacturing, what goes into it, and also now since Sean has done some extensive tests, I think you've been swayed, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I saw the tests that he did and speaking to him, and he's just done it in the workshop to show you. A lot more tests have happened behind the scenes. But then I found more on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I started searching this material on YouTube in boats, and you see some of them abroad testing them, and they were running forklift trucks over them. They were throwing them off buildings. They were even towing them along the rocks with other boats. And yeah, I was like, blimey. This is good stuff.
Yeah, almost indestructible.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of advantages.
Just a couple of things I will go over just a wee bit in regards to the material. So the materials that we use, again, it's Polystone G, Polystone G Marine Tech. However, it's actually classed as post-industrial and post-consumer recycling. So what that means is when the material comes to end of life, it can be melted down and recycled into something else. However, it cannot be the hull, and that has got to be made from what they class as a virgin material. The reason for that is because tests have shown us so far that when something gets recycled down, especially for this, it loses a bit of the strength and integrity, and I'm not happy to do that with the hull. So for now, the hull will always be virgin, the rest will be recyclable. Also, regards to microplastics, this material, this plastic doesn't shred microplastics like other plastics, and the reason for that is, again, it's specifically designed for the marine industry, so it won't shred microplastics.
So after talking to Sean, he told us that he started off with a prototype some years ago, I think about, I want to say 5 years ago, but it might be 3, of a Widebeam boat. So he thought, right, I'm really interested in this, let's give it a go and build a Widebeam. He said that he learnt a lot from building the Widebeam, and the Widebeam did incorporate some steel into it, but he's learnt that actually that's not the best way to go, and he since now has adapted it, and it's all plastic. You know more about that.
It's to do with the expansion of materials. So the plastic expands a lot more than the metal, I think.
Yeah.
So what they've done then, talking with the manufacturers, when they build the boats now, they have these big whale bones inside the boat, which you'll see.
Yeah.
And the way they build it eliminates all the expansion. So it is solid, and they don't need the steel, which is, in my eyes, brilliant.
Yeah.
Why keep steel in a boat when you're moving away from it? It's fabulous stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
And here we are, guys. There's all the ribs up just now. You can see they've started to try and take shape for the gunnels as well. Now what I was going to show you, that's it there. So that's exactly how the interior would look. Now, one question you might be asking is, Sean, what about for battening out? Well, this type of material doesn't actually need battening out, because you can see, you can screw on straight onto the material.
So obviously, building a boat out of plastic means you straight away eliminate rust, which is like obviously a big problem we've seen on canal boats, and you know, one of the reasons we started our whole new group. So it's rust free. It doesn't need to be blacked, doesn't need to be lifted out and blacked.
Just nothing can grow on it. This material is, it might look a bit, and you just put a brush on it and it's all gone. Nothing sticks to it, does it?
And he explained that I think it's the Widebeam has just been left, and yeah, basically
About 2 years, I think.
Yeah, just brushed off, and it looks as good as new.
You couldn't believe it.
Maintenance-wise, we've left our prototype, the Widebeam one. It's in Liverpool Canal. That's been in the water for about a year, maybe 2 years, and it's literally just been left. In the nicest way, it's been left. We've maybe checked it now and then. It's a Broadley Marina, so the guy there has been brilliant with us. If there's any barnacles on it, it just literally gets brushed off with a brush, because nothing sticks to it, so it's brilliant for that.
So we also know that he's been working on a collaboration to produce some like one-of-a-kind paint for the plastic. He explained to us that it's quite difficult because in terms of colour. So you can wrap them. So you can have any colour you want to. I believe the plastic comes in black or white. You can get multiple different colours, but apparently you have to order,
you have to order a lot of
stupid
it.
amount of tonnage of it.
Yeah.
So at the moment, it's sort of, you know.
I think he's going to stick with black is the easiest one.
Yeah, he can wrap it, so he will be able to paint them. And also then do a coating, he was explaining to you yesterday, wasn't he?
On the sides, yeah. So where your blacking is and your gunnels and you're going down, if you've got that really smooth and looking beautiful, you can scratch it. It's the same as if you scratched your normal boat, but he can put a stipple effect on it and like an embossed effect on it. So it looks a little bit matte and ripply, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A bit like, we've got a chopping board like it, haven't we?
Yeah.
And if you then scraped that, you don't notice it. You
No.
don't. It's not so visible. So that was a great way of, you know, dealing with the
He
bottom
called
half.
it like
It's
a
brilliant.
clear embossed film. So
I think that was for the smooth one. They put
Yeah.
a film on it, and then the embossed one they do something with it.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant. Yeah, really clever idea.
So there are lots of options there. So we've moved out of the sun because it got a bit hot.
It's a bit roasty. And then pirates turned up.
Yeah.
We've got someone else on the island, so we're going to have to go to battle.
So obviously our next question was how much will this be? How will it compare to a steel boat?
Yeah,
And Richard asked him that question.
put it straight to him. Yeah, we have to, don't you?
Yeah.
And yeah, he came out and said they haven't finalised the figure, so don't take this as full on. But he said it's £1,000 a foot. So you think, okay, I've got a 50-foot boat, it's 50,000. Steel equivalent, we were looking at about 30, weren't we?
Ish,
Sort of, you could get them as low as 20, but would you trust that?
yeah, would you trust the steel, which is
you
like
don't
one of our
know.
big debates at the
Yeah,
moment.
so say you pay 30 for it against his 50. You've still got, that's just a basic steel shell. You've then got to get it in, you've got to have it shot blasted, prepped, primered, painted. You add that on, I bet you're looking at another at least 20,000 on top of that. You've just matched the same delivery price before fit out of his boat.
Yeah,
So I was, first of all, I was like, that's quite cheap.
yeah.
I was expecting more. And then talking to him, he was saying why it was that price. And it was the welding, wasn't it? On the 45-foot one that they've made, that was 700 hours of welding. That's a lot of man hours. And that is not making the material, that is literally plastic welding it together. Because the process is so slow, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Compared to MIG welding on steel, it is very slow, and you cannot make mistakes, because if you make a mistake you can't grind that bit off and do it again. So it is labour intensive, and that's where the cost comes. But pre-fit out, it works out pretty much the same cost.
Yeah, and the thing is, once you've got that shell, well, will last probably your lifetime, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking into the plastic material, and their warranty, he's trying to get it re-warranted for the use, isn't he? So that's all going through at the moment. But there was write-ups on there saying it's 100 years. You could build a tank out of it for holding whatever, and it's 100 years. It's like, oh my God, you wouldn't need it in that time. You'd have made something else. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Some of the questions that we heard at Crick, and we also sort of wanted to know ourselves, are things like, you know, the durability, the structure, the integrity of the material itself. And Sean sent us this video to answer those questions. The other thing that we asked him is, oh, it's plastic. Is it not going to be like really hot in the summer and cold in the winter, like a steel boat can be? Well, actually, not at all. And this is what he said.
What I've heard and what I've researched is when it gets cold in canal boats, it gets really cold in canal boats. So the brittle temperature on this material is minus 93. So it takes a lot for it even to get through. Again, we did some tests on that as well. We put the test to -5, and then we put on a vise, and it's not a great test, don't get me wrong, but we put on a vise and we started hitting it with a hammer, and it just flexes back. When we were at Crick, it was quite lucky because it was quite nice weather. And don't get me wrong, outside it was quite hot, like what would be with a steel boat, but inside it was quite cool, and there was no nothing on, or the windows weren't open. It was quite. I found it quite nice. A lot of people might be different, but I was quite surprised myself and how cool it was, because there was a lot of questions asked about log burners, anything like that. You can still have traditional log burners if you want. I always tell everyone, because I've got to say disclaimer, as long as it's fitted properly.
He also explained to us about the weight and the handling. So it's a bit lighter, and he explains it as sitting more on top of the water than in the water.
The Narrowboat weighs fully fitted out, weighs 13 tons. A steel narrowboat's roughly, I could be wrong, it's roughly anywhere between 18 to maybe even 21, 22 ton fully fitted out. So yeah, it's a lot lighter. You can, for electric propulsion point of view, you're using less electric, using less diesel, whatever you need to do. So you should actually have it longer as well, like take you longer places. It sits higher in the canal, but slightly. So the draft on this is about 17 to 18 inch. I'm not too sure about a normal steel boat. I'm assuming it's more than that, just by the weight calculations, that's all. So yeah, it does sit a lot. I tell people it sits more on the water than in the water.
You know, we're pretty sold on this, to be honest. Richard keeps asking him to build him a barge.
Well, I said, didn't I? We were sat down and we've been going through this now for however many weeks.
Yeah.
And I sat down the other night and I said, right, full up honestly, if I was buying a Widebeam, or wanted to buy a Widebeam right now, I would get him to make me one. And then I would take it away and I would then get it fitted out.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I was sold. And I've said to him, I want a barge, because I want a barge next.
Yeah.
We want a Dutch barge replica next. And I said, you've got to build me one. And he laughed. But I keep threatening him, that lottery is going to come and I'm going to have one. Because they've made a big fireboat, haven't they? They've made a 23-metre fireboat out of this stuff. And I saw that and I was like, actually, I might want one of them, because that does 30 knots.
He's also really his own integrity. He wants to do everything right. He's part of British Marine. He's in consultation with them. He really is up and coming and on top of it all, isn't he?
So far, he is, like you say, he has gone back so much with the paperwork. If you bought a boat from him, you'd get a list of paperwork. It would be massive. But you could track the actual batch number of plastic all the way back to the factory it was produced in Germany with the batch number.
Yeah.
That's how hot he is on it.
Yeah.
And his ISO numbers and everything. He is really, really thorough, isn't he?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. And on that note, about fitting out, etc., at the moment we also know that he is in big talks with somebody, and we are so excited because if this pulls off, it could be huge for the canal boating industry. So we're going to leave it on that that cliffhanger, but there might be a really, really exciting collaboration to come. We've got fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'll be excited for that.
So, my mind was made up already on plastic narrowboats.
I was no.
Richard's now sold.
I would. It's
Be interesting to see what you think, but it could provide a new rust-free revolution.
Yeah, I mean, even Sean himself said it's Marmite. You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah, and he
But
doesn't
then
mind.
I
no.
hated it. I didn't hate it, but I was like, oh no chance. Now I'm like, can you make me one? But he won't make me a barge yet.
And he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to, you know, try and replace the steel boat or anything like that. The whole reason why he has produced this paint to go on it is because he knows people like traditional sign writing and things like that. He just thinks that it's another option and they can exist side by side.
Yeah.
So
Oh, there's plenty of room.
yeah. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed that for today. We've really enjoyed talking to Sean, and I'm sure we're going to be talking to him a lot more. And we hope one day in the future, he's quite far from us, but we might go and if this collab comes off, we're definitely filming that one.
Or my suitcase full of cash for the lottery win and my plans for my barge.
So anyway, give us that cheeky little like and hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you for some more fun in the next one.